So to my astute football fans, the last time we saw Joe Burrow and the Bengals in the playoffs, they were in the AFC Championship game. And they almost beat the Chiefs again in Kansas City, but the Kansas City Chiefs won and they went to the Super Bowl and they eventually won the Super Bowl. That's the good news. Well, the bad news is that's the last time we saw them, and that was in 2022. It's 2025 now, about to be 2026. And the Bengals have yet to make the playoffs. Since then, what happened? Well, Bengals notoriously before this year were always getting off to a terrible start. They didn't start the season healthy. Joe Burrow has always started the season hurt. Even this year, he had good 2 games, then he got hurt. So, bad starts to the season. Now you have to claw your way back, and then you go on a nice good roll, but now you're hoping your division rival loses, then you're hoping another team loses again, this other team wins. Pretty much you don't control your own destiny because that's how bad of a team you are in the beginning of the season. Not only that, the defense has always been kind of wishy-washy a little bit. Also, the offensive line was always terrible. They finally got a little bit better this year, but in the last few years, the defense has suffered. Like, last year was bad. This year is really bad because this offseason, you paid Jamar Chase, you paid T. Higgins. I'm all for players getting their money. But the reality is you have a salary cap. And because you paid Joe Burrow top of the line dollar, well-deserved, well-earned. You paid Jamar Chase top dollar, well-deserved and well-earned. You paid T. Higgins like a number 1, too. Now, granted, is that earned? Yes, he deserves his money. But if you're building a roster, he can get that money somewhere else. Or at least give him the same deal that you gave the Eagles gave Devontae Smith. But no, you wanted to keep them all for at least 4 years, and you got them. So now you got to score 30, 40 points a game. And as you've seen, even when Joe Flacco has done that, you still lose because the defense is so bad because you don't have nobody on defense except for Trey Hendrickson. And guess what? He's going to be gone after this season, too, because you didn't extend him either. Because you know why? You don't have enough money. You didn't hit on your draft picks this year. You don't have enough money to pay everybody because you paid everybody else on offense. So it's just a bad spot to be in for the Bengals. Are the Bengals done? Yes. Is Joe Burrow going to be done? If something doesn't change, you might see another Andrew Luck situation where he retires early because he's been getting beat up to hell. He's been injured every single year. And if you're not getting to the playoffs, by that time, he's probably a shot fighter. That's what happened to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was getting beat to hell. All these sacks. You finally got him offensive line, but he was hurt and his body was pretty much like glass, and he retired. We don't want that for Joe Burrow. I do not want that for Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I love Jamar Chase. I love T. Higgins. Those are my LSU guys, except for T. Higgins. He didn't play for LSU, but yeah, something's got to give. You might have to get off of T. Higgins' contract. You might have to trade him. Either ask for a pay cut. Joe Burrow himself might have to ask for a pay cut because the rate this is going, they'll never make the playoffs again until they get some more money. In order to get some more money, you got to, restructure a few things. They can do it. They can do it. But if you want something to change, Joe Burrow and the Bengal fans, it's time to make some real moves and have some real conversations by the end of this year.